If you drop the grace for favor and you drop the grace for visibility for me, I will pick favor. Do you know why? The number one reason people succeed in life is because of the favor of God. The proof of favor is not money. No, that is a proof of wisdom. That is a proof of skill. The proof of favor is access to the hearts of men. Listen carefully. When you know the favor of God is at work in your life through the tripartite coexistence of unusual kindness, unusual access, and unusual acceptance. Don't forget this. If this tripartite combo are not working in your life, it is not favor. When the favor of God is at work in a life, I remind you again, unusual kindness, unusual access, and unusual acceptance. We're going to pray. I believe that Reverend Sam and his dear wife, at the back of his heart is the desperate cry to see that by next year's advance, that people come here with all kinds of testimonies and say, Reverend Sam, look what God used this conference to bring. Look, the ministry that looked like nothing was happening, that grace just came upon me. Grace for speed, favor, signs and wonders. Look what is now happening in my church. I'm having the opportunity to become a blessing in a very, very definite way. I don't know if you've heard anything from all that I've said, but in the next 1 minute, I leave you with your maker. Cry from the depth of your heart. Remember that it is your hunger and thirst. Please cry from your heart. Man of God, you are doing this for the sake of your congregation. You are doing this for the sake of those, your business people. Please pray. I'm under the shadow of your wings. Your influence is all over me. I am under the shadow of your wings. Your influence is all over me. I am under the shadow of your wings. Your influence is all over me. Yeah. Please make sure you pray. I am victorious. I have overcome. I am victorious. I have overcome. I am victorious. Hallelujah. Not too long ago, I went to preach in a particular nation, and when I got to that nation, coincidentally, our father in the Lord, Baba Deboye, also came to have a private meeting there. And so I requested to just come and honor him and our mother. And when I got there, we, just cracked jokes and spoke. And then I got down on my knees, and for the first time, most times he would pray for me alone, but this time around he was together with our mother. And I will not tell you what they told me, but I tell you the truth, that if you receive that kind of blessing and prophecy upon your life, you can go to bed. It was from the depth of his spirit, and mommy was by his side, and he released a blessing from his spirit man. You see, great men are made by secret experiences. Most of them don't share it, but it does not mean it is not there. There are many things that God has granted upon our heads that produce the things that we see. If Reverend Sam should come up with his wife, they would tell you striking moments where one thing after the other happened. One thing after the other. I remember one time I went to preach for a particular ministry and they kept me at the Prayer City, MFM. And when I had finished preaching later in the night, when everybody had gone to sleep, protocol had gone, nobody to disturb me, I came out and I went to the prayer ground and I lay down there and I cried. I said, God, I thank you for a rich prayer life that you have given me, but there are people who have this as an office. May that grace rest upon my life. Hallelujah. I can tell you story upon story. Some of these people have gone to be with the Lord, and so I have searched for those they imparted upon and say, what did they tell you before they died? I went to preach in a particular nation not too long. It was an incredible meeting, one of the highest they had in many years, 65,000 people. And they told me, they said, one of the fathers of faith said the last time this happened was when Morusorulo came and I was his interpreter. I said, Daddy, that means he prayed for you. I never had the opportunity to meet him, sadly, but can you pray for me? He said, great apostle. I said, no, leave what happened on the crusade ground. What happened on the crusade ground is there. Please, can you place something upon my head? Are we together? I once met a group of widows. All of them had lost their husbands. They covenanted with themselves as a prayer group to keep praying for me. That's all they do. 7 of them. My God, if these women pray for you, 7 of them, successful people, and I had the honor of meeting them, and they were all happy, wanting to kneel down. I said, I will not be that stupid. I'm wise enough. You've lost your husbands and you dedicated yourself to pray for me. I will be stupid to stand there and do emoji. I got down on my knees. I said, as mothers, from the bowels of your spirit, pour out that blessing. Let it come from the depth of your heart. I don't know how many times I may have shared it in this blessed church. My encounter with Ekiti, you know, the long life encounter. And I remember the high point of it was not the fact that the oldest man there prayed for me, but I remember the wife of the man who had died, 136 years, and the wife was still alive, and I pleaded with her. Someone interpreted what I was saying. She only could speak Yoruba. Said, please let this, I don't know whether I'm a great grandchild now or whatever I will call. I said, please. And the woman tapped me. We entered a room and she was showing me the photos. That was the husband of her youth. And you know, those days they married as teenagers. And I said, please, whatever it is that was on him that has been on her, can she release on me? She said, kneel down, and she removed her shoes and placed her legs on the ground. And for 15 minutes this woman was raining, would you call her a grandmother, a great grandmother's blessings. Listen, I want you to know that God did not put this meeting, this is beyond falling down and standing up. This is reprogramming a plethora of graces, just resting on your life, and then to see what happens. Years ago, I was in Jos. I went to buy sugar cane, and then I saw 2 women, old women, and I decided to pay for them. Didn't have much, but I said, please, you are mothers, let me just honor you. And they said, no. I said, I insist. And I paid. It was not more than 100 naira. And the next thing, they looked at me and they began to bless this young boy. And one of the women looked at me and she said, my son, forever walk upon gold. I don't believe those people were ordinary women. I don't believe that. So I don't know what dimension is deficient in your ministry. Open your mouth in 1 minute. You are lying down on a ground here. I'd like you to pray. Please cry from the depth of your heart.